The Astral Gloom is the second full-length album from the Rite, and this is a Danish slash Italian uh, project based or formed between members of Black Oath and Denial of God. So two very different bands with a very similar feeling and intent, but the vocalist of Denial of God has a very distinct style and cadence, which he brings to this largely black doom metal band. And we do get a sort of black heavy metal affect from the group, but doom is really the basis of how they present themselves. And most of the songs here are mid to slow paced doom metal songs with black metal treatment and uh, basically kind of a split between what Faust Coven and Abysmal Grief do, less of an influence on keyboards, but they are certainly there. And their earlier work sort of touched upon sort of Samael influences early on. There was that first Samael record, and they've covered songs from groups like Ripper, Goat Lord, and whatnot since then. You get a sense of what they're doing. It is very much influenced by Italian doom metal and Italian sort of horror, heavy metal and rock, but it definitely touches upon more of a classic '80s black doom metal feeling. So we'll cut into a song here just to get an idea of what they're putting out there. So I didn't have a ton to say about this record. I think that it follows up pretty well on their debut, Liturgy of the Black, quite well. It expands upon that sound with a little bit of clarity. The drums sound great this time. They've incorporated keyboards in an effective way, and I think the doom metal riffs that sort of brace the whole thing work quite well. If you're a fan of the darker side of Italian doom metal influenced music, I think this is a very strong example of that, with some I think black metal influences that are very much '80s in their prospect, but maybe they touch upon the early '90s just a little bit to keep it in that realm in general. So I don't know that there's that much to say about this record otherwise. They've expanded into a larger lineup. The I think the big thing is that the vocalist's storytelling has become more expressive in some ways. It's sort of up to that high standard that he always is at, but they use whispering quite a lot, and I didn't like that. I'm not a fan of whispering. That's just my thing, especially not for a full song. So his use of it is smartly placed. It tells a story, and I do like that story that they're telling. But it wasn't perfect, I guess. And I thought the first record did that a little bit better in some respects, but I think overall this record is an improvement in terms of giving us that black doom metal sound, but a stronger version of it with much more memorable songs, I would say. So worth checking out. A high recommendation for me, and you can check that out tomorrow.
Children of the harvest moon, bodies aligned in next day.